What's up everybody? Welcome back to SV's Auto. I'm Steve, and today on the Project Bus Body Makeover, we're gonna attack some of these body panels and see what we need to get together. So come check it out. All right, so when we were sanding last time in that apron or whatever behind the engine compartment there, we found that giant dent underneath that Bondo. This area here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get set up, and you can see in there all those little spots. Those are the tack welds that I'm going to need to drill out. So it's going to take a bit. The way I'm going to do it is I bought a tool here to do this, a little spot weld cutter. It's basically a little hole saw. Looks like it's two-sided there, so you should be able to pull that off, flip it around. And then down here, this punch collapses when you press on it. So you can get that in the center of the spot weld, and then it cuts around it and removes the spot weld for you. So we're going to see how this thing works out. I think we're going to try, I don't know, let's try this one here and see what happens. I'm going to center this bad boy, push in. Probably should punch it, right? Somewhere I have one of those push kind, but I don't know what happened to it. So. So, just like that, over and over and over again. Okay, so we got the rear apron there off. Lots and lots of spot welds. I think I'm going to turn my attention back to this corner here. Upon closer inspection, that is pretty deep in here. So I'm going to cut this out, see the condition underneath. How much I'm going to have to remove to repair what's underneath that's in bad shape. So yeah, that's where we're going to go now. Okay, so the area is all prepped for a new piece here. I did find that there was a crack in that. Let's see if I can move it a little. Rather than cut all of this out here, I think I'm going to weld this back together. I think whenever something hit this along here, which you can see, it probably cracked that. It looks like the metal's thick enough here to go ahead and do that. So I'm going to get the MIG welder out and just weld that back together quickly. And then I'm going to treat this area in here before I go putting on a new piece. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but we're going to give it a go anyway. Okay, so welded this tab back together. They got cracked. Structurally, I think it's fine, but I am going to go ahead and treat the inside of here with Pour 15. So when I put a piece back over this, you're not going to be able to get in there again, except for through like the hole. There's a hole drilled in it. Maybe the Eastwood makes a product that you put up inside rails. Maybe I'll get. I don't know. I don't know if it's that big of a deal. But while I've got it open, I am going to put some Pour 15 in there. Let that sit, and then we'll weld a piece back in to strengthen this pillar back up since it was all rotted out. So that's where we're at now. Just going to use a disposable brush. This stuff, I guess, is pretty hard to clean up, so I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to throw it away. Okay, so the Pour 15 has had a chance to dry. So now what I'm going to do is I bent this up. Sorry I didn't film it, but I will film more of these type of things. Just use some sheet metal bending tools. So one of these, and drew my lines and used a vise in this to bend. So it should fit there fairly well. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mark the bus itself and then trim it up a little to try to get this to fit as snug as possible. There is a little bit of a indentation here, which might prove to be difficult. We'll see how it all plays out. But so the next step for me anyway is I'm going to line this up here and then scribe this across and cut that so that this can fit in snugly. Okay, that's fitting pretty snug. What I'm going to do now is clean the paint off around the back side here and then around the front side as well, and then drill a couple holes so that I can tack it back to this bottom plate here. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attempt to do this with the TIG welder. We'll see how it goes. Been practicing a fair amount, but I'm by no means proficient at this yet. So hopefully we don't burn a hole and have to start over. But we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and try to tack that corner, and then we will work our way around a little bit. Okay, so the top turned out alright. There's too much of a gap on this side to really TIG weld, so I'm going to grab the MIG and do that, and the tack welds. Too much stuff back there, it's dirty. But this turned out okay, filled in that decently. I'm just going to fill any extra gaps with the TIG welder and then kind of fill this corner out. But all in all, I think that'll work. Or, I'm sorry, the MIG welder on the extra gaps. But all in all, I think that's going to work. You know, I can fill that edge in with the MIG, and then these tack welds I can do, and then I should probably drill into this and tack that as well. But first time TIGging on the bus, and it's kind of a rough spot to do it, but we're learning, and I think you know, the more I practice, the better it'll get. So anyway, I'm gonna grab the MIG welder now and finish this up. So we can move on. Okay, so all ground down. I'm going to go ahead and prime this area, and then I think the next step will be to brush this. Bend this guy out a little bit back to where it belongs, and then probably treat this with Pour 15 as well, just so that everything that I get to has a treatment. So anyway, I do have some self-etching primer. I'm going to go ahead and prime this area, and we'll keep on trucking. Well, as always, thanks for watching SB's Auto. Next time, we're gonna move over to where we started. We're gonna go to the pillar over here and see if we can make some repairs there. Hopefully we can get that a little bit straightened out, or somebody cut a hole in it. And then we will continue working this way. So make sure you come check it out. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe below. Make sure you check out the description for links to some of the products I use, and we'll see you guys next time.